Welcome back to Walsall Fan TV, the joy and the pain. Walsall 0, Morecambe 2. Walsall had 70-odd% possession, but as Essington Canal enthusiast on the live stream mentioned, it's all pretty football. It's not creating anything, which I have to agree with, to be honest. Walsall didn't really create too much despite all the possession. Morecambe hardly had a chance, but the chance they did have from Dan Scarr's error gave them the lead in injury time at the end of the first half. Second half, managed to get a second goal after Rose had saved well, but they followed up nicely to go 2-0 up, and that was the game done, to be honest. You can see why Morecambe have done well. They were solid defensively, despite Walsall's possession. They held us back from having clear chances, which is what Walsall have done to other teams in recent weeks. But we weren't able to create. Today's man of the match, Sam Perry, has, in a short space of time, become such a big player for Walsall. Defensively, he's very solid, breaking up play. He's so comfortable on possession. It looks like he belongs in a different division. And I think it won't be long before he is. Hopefully, with Walsall, he might get into League One next season. If we can turn things around and get ourselves a striker who can put the ball in the back of the net like Stockton did for Morecambe. But what we're looking at and what we primed for today's game was what's happening with the contracts. We had a contract video where we discussed it. Let's have a bit of an update. Hayden White, what would you do with him? For me, I'd let him go. Dan Scarr, another mistake which led to the first goal for Morecambe today. The step up against Mansfield that gave Andy Cook that simple tap-in. That was another mistake from Scarr. Perhaps his days are numbered at Walsall. Maybe we've got young guns coming through, or maybe bringing another guy in who's going to be more solid defensively. We can't hide the fact that Walsall have been more solid and got more clean sheets with Dan Scarr out of the team. That's the truth. James Clark, he's one I'd like to take forward to next season. He's showing his lesson of learning how to win free kicks when under pressure, which is quite humorous, but is also a skill. So as far as stability for the back four, he's a player I'd like to keep, unless he goes to Vale, of course. But it'd be good to keep him. Max Melbourne, obviously not our player at the moment, but we know he's available at the end of the season. Would we want Max Melbourne at left back next season? Some would say yes. I would say no. I think there's better left backs available. Right then, moving up front, Keelan Lavery. He would have liked to have started. He's never really looked good when he's come off the bench. Most of his goals have come early in the game. And when he came on for Josh Gordon today, he didn't have a sniff for the last 30 or 40 minutes he was on. I think there's Walsall need to look in a different direction next season than Keelan Lavery. Josh Gordon, we love Josh Gordon. We love Flash. His commitment to the cause, his effort, you cannot question. But again and again, we call him for it. Why isn't he in the box? That's where strikers need to be. He did have a couple of chances during the game. The ball came across 6-yard box and he wasn't on the end of it. The ball came straight back again and again. He wasn't on the end of it. Josh Gordon, I'm sorry, but I think his days might be numbered at Walsall. It's a shame, really, because I like him. I like his effort and his commitment. but we need strikers who are going to score goals for us. The only other guy to discuss, really, at the moment is Wes McDonald. We can't really answer that question, I don't think, because we need to understand why he hasn't been played since February, and then suddenly he's played the last 2 games. Yes, he's got some skills going forward, and he's had some great goals, which, as you'll see in a video we've got coming out, that'll be out in a day or so, with the poll for Walsall Fan TV goal of the season. That's going to be out in a couple of days, so look out for that. That's been edited by a follower of mine, Ben, so really appreciate his help on that. So, but Wes McDonald, is he good enough? He's given us a lot of highlights, but I mean, the end product, maybe, I don't know. But we really need to know why he's disappeared for 2.5 months. That is the real answer. What do we need to do at the end of the season? We need to bring in strikers. We need probably 4 strikers, a couple of target men, a couple of nippy finishers to give us a chance to finish off some of the few chances we're creating. We've got Holden to come back into the team, along with a solid midfield. They're already signed up for next season. So it's those front players converting chances. That's what we're looking for. Right then, that's enough for today. Walsall Fan TV, the joy and the pain. Thank you very much for getting us to 350 subscribers. Thanks for following us. We'll be back next Saturday, Carlisle away. Carlisle have been in a terrible run of form. We may very well end the season with a win. That would be nice for Brian Dutton's last game in charge. Or is it? We'll see. We're back Saturday, Walsall Fan TV. Cheers.